Very good morning. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Now, last night we watched as Hayden Quinn explored the ins and outs of Hermanus and the Overberg region, but there was one visitor notably absent from the proceedings, the southern right whale. Now, today we have Rob and Yvonne from SafariNow to talk more about the whales of Hermanus and the rise of ecotourism in South Africa. Good to have both of you here. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Rob, when I think about Hermanus, I think of a holiday destination that I used to hear my friends telling me about way back in the day, but there's so much more to it than that. The fact that ecotourism is a booming industry in the area.
Sure. Well, I think Wales are big business at the moment, especially, obviously, Cape Town, Western Cape in general. In winter, it's not maybe its finest hour. I think we can all agree it's been quite a long winter. So whales are really becoming a big tourist draw, especially at this time of year. And Hermanus is definitely the best place in the whole world to do land-based whale watching. So we're really seeing a lot of increase in bookings in that area, especially coming up towards the Whale Festival in September. And in general, it's a great time of the year to be out and about and just experiencing the beauty of South Africa. You know, wildflower season has already started up the west coast. We're seeing great pictures already coming up from Namaqualand and up in Darling. And it's a great time to go game viewing before the spring rains. So all in all, if you're into flora or fauna of any description, it's a pretty good place to be right now.
Yeah. And Yvonne, why is that? Why are travelers kind of flocking to these eco-tourist destinations and becoming more travel savvy? Are they becoming travel savvy in terms of being green?
Well, definitely. I mean, South Africa is the third highest with the level of biodiversity in the world.
Yes.
So it comes as no surprise that many people are coming and flocking into South Africa because we have what people need.
Yeah.
We've got some of the best game reserves in the world, as well as some incredible heritage sites. For example, the Isimangaliso Wetland Park, which is out in KZN. You are able to experience wildlife in its natural habitat, which is very rare around the world. Another interesting factor that we're seeing is that locals are starting to love the local and wanting to experience what's always been in their backyards.
Yes.
So we've got people going out to places like Oudtshoorn to learn more about ostrich farming. We've got the adrenaline junkies diving into the deep blue to bump heads with the great white sharks. And we've also got the alternative turtle tracking, which happens up in KZN. So the options are endless, especially during warmer months.
Yeah. Rob, tell me more about, you know, what makes establishments green when you're looking at travel, and obviously it's making people choose these.
Well, I mean, I think that there's a common misperception that green travel kind of means you're sitting in a circle singing Kumbaya in the dark, wearing kind of
so it doesn't.
hemp skirt.
Okay.
No, well,
all right.
Potentially it can sometimes, but that's not necessarily what it means. You know, green is a lot about sustainability and giving back to the environment. And, you know, luxury travel and ecotourism can go quite hand in hand. And a great example of that is Grootbos Private Nature Reserve, which is out in Gansbaai, which is just near Hermanus. You know, it's an amazing 5-star luxury resort. You know, they've got all the mod cons, all the finishings, everything you can imagine. But every rand you're spending to stay there, part of that gets injected back into the community. So whether it's via tree planting initiatives or educational drives, you know, so there's a big focus on sustaining the community around them.
Yes.
And we've got another great place, Farm 215, which is actually just nearby in Gansbaai, very green area in general. And I think they have a more traditionally green approach to things. You know, they have a nature-first approach to the way they've built the place. So they use solar heating in the pools, they use locally sourced ingredients in the kitchen, and their Fynbos suites are just the most amazing places. You're just out in the middle of the Fynbos, but with all the luxury mod cons, the only way you know you're on a green holiday per se is that you can't use a hairdryer.
Okay,
because, unfortunately that uses too much
wind do
electricity.
its job, man.
Exactly, so there's a bit of drip drying happening, but aside from that, you know, I think people are realizing that, you know, going green doesn't mean you have to compromise on the travel experience.
And Yvonne, why is that becoming so important to people that they do go to these destinations and realize that, you know, I can be one with nature but still have an incredible experience?
Well, it's really to do with the awareness that the society has about our impact on the environment.
Yeah.
So there's a real rise in the demand for the eco-friendly type of holiday accommodation. And what we're seeing is that there are a lot of organizations that support sustainable tourism, which means that future generations are also going to enjoy what we have in nature right now.
Yeah.
A good example of that would be the Fair Trade in Tourism, who have over 70 accredited properties on their books, all focused on watching what carbon footprints are happening on the earth. Another interesting example of a good initiative is the biodiversity and wine walking tours that happen in Solauri. A very exciting tour. You are getting taught all about preserving and improving the land, and at the same time, we're enjoying wine along the way.
Sounds like a perfect
it's
combination.
Something very different, yes.
Okay.
So we definitely have more of an awareness about our impact on the environment, and this explains what the Rise is about.
Lovely. So, Rob, I understand that you guys at SafariNow are giving somebody an opportunity to explore green luxury.
Yeah, well, you know, we never arrive here empty-handed. And this
We love that.
No, this week is no different. We actually have a bumper crop of giveaways this week. We've got 2 amazing weekends away in Hermanus, and as well as a weekend away at Farm 215, so you can experience wet-headed eco-luxury for yourself. All you have to do is follow us on Twitter at SafariNow SA and join our Travel Local SA conversations, which happen at 9 o'clock on Monday evenings. And if you want to find out all about the specials and all the amazing deals we have on in the region, because there's lots of great specials at the moment, especially in the winter season, all you have to do is go to safarinow.com.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much to both of you for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
And we love the fact that they arrive not being empty-handed every single day when they come around here. So go visit them at safarinow.com, and as Rob said, also follow them on Twitter at SafariNowSA and join that hashtag TravelLocalSA. Now, leigh-anne, I don't know, are you very much of a nature girl?
How did Hayden book Hermanus? SafariNow.com.